Hi, Big Monster Mitch here, to do a channel check-in for March 29th, 2025, Saturday. Um, I, I just want to start this video off, this channel check-in off, by saying thank you, a big thank you, as a matter of fact, to everybody who has subscribed and viewed my videos. I believe this will be the 68th video of the channel. So subscriber count and video output is higher, or is getting higher. Um, Seems like the viewership is as well. I'm sorry if this video doesn't or isn't uh, playing well or coming out well um, after this uploads. Today we're having nasty weather in Thibodaux, which is down in Louisiana of the United States. So my computer, internet, camera, all that seems to be freezing up a little bit. So I don't know if it will affect the quality of the video on YouTube or not. I hope not. If so, please bear with me. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. Like I said, it might be due to the weather in my region. I'm not sure. I'm just anyway. Like I was saying, the subscriber count and viewership and my video output all seem to be increasing, which is a good thing. That's what any YouTube content creator wants and or needs. It boosts. It helps boost morale. It helps boost confidence. Everything. So again, a big thank you. With all that out the way, yesterday, I'm sorry, I almost said September, Lord. I'm moving the calendar way faster than it's moving. No, yesterday on March 28th, 2025, I uploaded a video um, with that caption of life changing and channel changing announcement. So if you want to know more about that, check that video out, as well as any other video on this channel. Um, I won't repeat any of that here. Like I said, if you want to know the life changing and channel changing um, things, check out that video. I'll explain everything at this point in that video for you. So with all that out the way, we can finally get into what I've been up to the last 2 weeks or so that I was pretty much dormant on the channel. Um, and the reason for that. First, let's start with the reason why I didn't um, post or wasn't active on the channel. That was due to some health issues. Turned out to be a UTI, urinary tract infection, or bladder infection, whichever you want to categorize it as. It makes no difference to me. I think on that life changing video, I start that video off with a little explanation of that as well, but I'll explain it here a little bit. I wasn't hospitalized last Saturday on the 21st. I had to go to my local hospital and spend the morning in the ER, in the emergency room, to find out and be diagnosed with the, as mentioned, bladder infection, urinary infection. So that's, all taken care of. I'm not fully out of the woods, but I'm better than I was. I'm taking medication to help cure that. So don't worry, the book monster is well on the way of, being from that. Um, like I said, thankfully, I didn't have to spend any time in the hospital other than a few hours in the emergency room. But I was not admitted for any length of time. So thank goodness for that. Um, but as far as what I'm reading or doing outside of everything else, I am still reading Heir to the Empire, which is Star Wars Legends, or EU, whichever heading you prefer to use. Star Wars Legends novel, Heir to the Empire, which is the first book in Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy, and that is a book that or series that takes place, I believe, 4 or 5 years after the original trilogy, after A New Hope, um, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Um, 4 or 5 years after that original trilogy of movies um, by George Lucas, you know, I'm on chapter 17, I believe, in Heir to the Empire, um, 45 to 50% in to the book overall. So I'm making some headway. I would have liked to be further along in that, you know, um, I'm not pushing it or rushing by any means. I am enjoying my time with Luke, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Leia Organa Solo. Um, the reason Leia's name is Leia Organa Solo in Heir to the Empire. And this is a minor spoiler, so mute this for maybe 10 seconds at the very least. If you don't want to have any spoilers, if you haven't read it or seen the original Star Wars trilogy movies. The reason for, you know, Organa Solo is pretty obvious. Um, Han and Leia are married, uh, twins. Leia is pregnant with twins. Now the spoiler portion is over. Um, that's all I can tell you at this point anyway. But, you know, um, it's Han, Luke, and Leia, and then eventually, and Chewbacca, and R2, and so all the cast from the original trilogy is here. Even Lando Calrissian, who is from Empire Strikes Back, and I believe he pops back up in the movies when they get to either The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker. One of the last two sequel trilogy movies Disney had a hand in, which, by the way, I will get to when, but I will get to those Disney release trilogy Star Wars movies ranking them. On the channel, I've done the original trilogy ranking and thoughts on those movies. And I've ranked the prequel trilogy and my thoughts on those movies. Check those out if you're interested in Star Wars at all, and check the Thrawn trilogy by Timothy. Um, just if you're a reader and are interested in more stories in the Star Wars galaxy, universe, whatever you would other than the Star Wars trilogy, Thrawn trilogy, um, I've been batting around starting another book with alongside um, that series. I do plan to see the series through. Don't worry about that. Like I keep saying, I'm enjoying my time. And I'm enjoying it enough to see it through, complete it. So, but I believe the book I decided to, you know, kind of recharge the batteries with when I'm a little worn out with the Star Wars mythos universe, which I think that's starting to happen. So the book I've settled on is a big boy, and that big boy is by none other than Stephen King. Surprise, surprise. I bet you may be able to guess right now in the comments. I even say it. If you want to pause the video before I reveal what it is, go ahead and do so and put your guess in the comments. Um, but that book is none other than The Stand on hardcover, which is 1,150 pages, thereabout. That would be 1,150 pages, give or take. So yeah, that's the book I've chosen to go alongside Thrawn trilogy, Heir to the Empire. Um, and I believe that would be a somewhat, comparable mix or change of pace between the two, a space adventure and then a post-apocalyptic story with survivors from a virus that wiped out a good portion or near the whole population of U.S. So uh, a nice little contrast there. Moving on to movies, TV, and video games. Um, for a little while there, uh, mm, mm, excuse me, uh, cracking up. For a little while there, I had, sorry about that. Like I said, my voice is much longer. After this segment, I'll probably shut it down and upload uh, for a little time. I was not able to play my PlayStation. I say I wasn't able, but that's not really the case. I didn't want to, and that wasn't, lack of desire to play video games because my 50-inch TV in the living room, in the other room, on the other side of the room that I record, gave out, and I had to get a new one. So, with all that being said, I was able to watch TV on my 32-inch TV that I keep in my bedroom, but when I tried to play PlayStation games on that 32-inch, the quality wasn't right. Um, it was a clear picture. However, I'm not sure how to phrase this other than to say the power of the PlayStation may have been too much for a 32-inch screen, because the picture was just zoomed in too much. I don't know, maybe there's some setting issues there too. I didn't look into it at all. I just didn't bother too much with the video games. I just watched movies and streaming services um, until I got my new 50. So anyway, as far as movies or DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever, I did pick up American Psycho and the original Jurassic Park, American Psycho, um, starring Christian Bale. Um, for all you not familiar with that name, or maybe you are familiar with the name, don't realize who that is offhand. That is um, the man that played Bruce Wayne / Batman through Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Also played John Connor in Terminator Salvation, I believe, and a handful of other movies and maybe TV programs that I'm just not thinking of at the moment. But Jurassic Park, original Jurassic Park, from the early to mid 1990s, and American Psycho. I picked those movies up on DVD for $5 a piece. Tax from my local Walmart. So, and like I keep joking with other people, if I didn't have a dinosaur brain that day, I could have gotten not only Jurassic Park, not only American Psycho for $5 a piece, but I could have picked up the sequel to Jurassic for another $5. That sequel, of course, would be The Lost World, and like I said, that was $5. Um, another $5. But I guess I don't know. I guess I was just satisfied with two movies I picked up. Anyway, maybe I'll pick up uh, World at a later date if I can find it anywhere for that price. Well, I was going to say maybe cheaper, but I don't think you can find any movie cheaper than $5. So, with all that said, there's one other movie I did watch. Well, there's a few movies I've watched the last couple of weeks. One movie I really was interested in is um, the movie Wicked. And yes, I'm into musicals. So anyway, um, if you're not familiar with with the rough story of Wicked, that is the story of Linda the Good Witch and the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz and Glinda being the Good Witch, how the Wicked Witch became the Wicked Witch. That's the best and only way I can describe that without going into too much detail. If you know, you know. And like I said, it's a musical story, meaning there's songs and dances, you know, integrated with the overall narrative. And it's not a Disney movie, um, but it is entertaining. It is, you know, it's not graphic. It might have a little violence in it, but not very much. It's the Wizard of Oz, pretty much, in a different. Speaking of Jurassic Park, just here, quick connect. Jeff Goldblum, who's played in many movies, but played in Jurassic Park and The Lost World, two movies I've mentioned in this video. He plays a version of The Wizard of Oz in Wicked. So, no, that's interesting, intriguing. Um, there are a few other actors that people know about, even if they don't know that's who that person is or whatever, that pop up in that movie. Um, I'm not going. I won't name them here. But you know, I say if you're interested, haven't watched it, um, do so. The only thing I will say that that is a minor strike it would be that is part one of these two movies that they will release. But honestly, in today's society and economy, as far as Hollywood is concerned, split the story into multiple, more than likely just to capitalize financially on property. Um, and that's not me being territory, having a conspiracy theory moment. It's just more than likely what it is. Okay, with all that being said, I hope everybody's well. I'm fine. I'm sorry if um, my voice is dragging or it's a little difficult to understand. My eyes been droopy throughout the video. I apologize for all that. I just want thoughts there. So thank you again. I'll talk to you soon. Monster Mitch, signing off. Good day, good evening.